With each MCU movie and show, the comic book world is expanded as new characters and organizations get folded into the mix. The new Disney Plus Marvel series WandaVision looks to continue the pattern as set pictures have revealed that the group known as S.W.O.R.D will get introduced to the MCU. What exactly is S.W.O.R.D, and how does the whole group impact the rest of the MCU? How does S.W.O.R.D connect to the original Thor? And what does this mean for the villains in WandaVision? Well, we have all your answers. Just a quick warning though, there may be some major spoilers for the new WandaVision series.
I love it.
Why tease ya and make you wait? Let's get to the good stuff right away. The leaked WandaVision set photos. Like many other Marvel productions, WandaVision is being filmed in Atlanta, Georgia, and some of the exterior shots have given way to some major spoilers. First, an envoy of trucks and Hummers. Looks like it could be an old base, ready to contain Wanda and her powers, until you look a little closer. Those aren't S.H.I.E.L.D. logos, FBI, or the CIA. The logos on the vehicles are S.W.O.R.D, which will make the introduction of the agency the first official appearance in the MCU. So what exactly is S.W.O.R.D? Well, the group name stands for the Sentient World Observation and Response Department. In other words, they track and take down alien threats presented to Earth. You know, kind of like the X-Files, but on a much bigger scale.
You guys don't have any clue, do you?
Whoa, hold on.
The history of S.W.O.R.D doesn't go back to the golden ages of Marvel Comics. The group actually formed and was introduced in 2004. Josh Whedon himself, director of the Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron, wrote the first S.W.O.R.D appearance in the Astonishing X-Men series. Since then, S.W.O.R.D has branched out into other comics and eventually got their own series. S.W.O.R.D probably would have connected to MCU a lot sooner, but because of the X-Men connection, the rights were complicated before the purchase of 20th Century Fox was fully completed by Disney.
Anyway, on to more important things.
While WandaVision looks to bring S.W.O.R.D into the MCU in some official capacity, this may not have been the first time we've seen them in operation. The Spider-Man Far From Home mid-credit scene gave us an ambiguous look at Nick Fury on some sort of space station. The space station was being worked on by Skrulls, who may be helping Fury's character form the S.W.O.R.D base. Fury's transition from the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. to the director of S.W.O.R.D fits in nicely and gives him the resources needed to stop any potential future threats, especially after all the chaos that Thanos caused. The blip made it clear that the Earth needs more protection, and S.W.O.R.D seems to be the best way to contain those threats. The station Fury worked on would likely be some form of the Peak, a headquarters that orbits around Earth and monitors any potential threats. The connection between Fury and the S.W.O.R.D base only makes sense for the WandaVision series. Besides Vision and the Scarlet Witch, the series is also set to feature Monica Rambeau, the daughter of Carol Danvers' best friend from the Captain Marvel movie.
We would want to keep that to ourselves.
You don't believe me?
With the huge presence of Skrulls in the Captain Marvel film, it only makes sense that Monica Rambeau would grow up with the knowledge of Skrulls and transition into a career involving the S.W.O.R.D organization. The use of Rambeau as a S.W.O.R.D member helps keep everything connected to the MCU. In the comics, the main commander of the group is Abigail Brand, a mutant character with flame powers. Even though Disney now owns the rights to X-Men characters, WandaVision probably isn't the place to introduce a mutant like Abigail, and this is where Monica steps in. Leaked pictures have shown actress Tiana Paris on set, and it's pretty clear that she's working for some type of government agency. The series could show her join the ranks of S.W.O.R.D or have her already embedded deep within the group. The Captain Marvel universe has not been involved with the comic book version of S.W.O.R.D, but there are some direct connections to the cartoon series The Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes. In an episode, we learn that Captain Marvel is an agent of S.W.O.R.D. The MCU could eventually lean in this direction, especially with the Skrull connections from Spider-Man Far From Home and Monica's role on the series.
Wait, was this a coincidence?
The Nick Fury connection to S.W.O.R.D isn't the only time the MCU has hinted at the group either. In one of the original post-credit scenes for the first Thor movie, Jane Foster and Darcy were attempting to communicate with the Bifrost and bring Thor back to Earth. Eric Selvig stepped in and told the two to check out the S.W.O.R.D database for more information. The scene was cut, mainly due to copyright issues with X-Men and 20th Century Fox. And while the scene may have been deleted, it does explain another connection to a WandaVision cast member.
Good.
Darcy Lewis actress Kat Dennings will return to the MCU for the series, but the character's exact role is unknown. Maybe she finally graduated college and is working for S.W.O.R.D now. Maybe her knowledge of S.W.O.R.D from Selvig will come back into play as she tries to rescue Wanda or Vision.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
The connection to the original Thor adds a lot of fun possibilities and creates an interesting web of connections through the MCU. We have to wonder, If Darcy and Monica are a part of S.W.O.R.D, then does this mean Jimmy Woo will be a part of the organization as well? Portrayed by actor Randall Park, Woo is an FBI agent in the movie Ant-Man and the Wasp, where he is tasked with enforcing Scott Lang's house arrest. So how does Woo connect to S.W.O.R.D and WandaVision? The answer may come from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on the TV series. We once saw Melinda May's phone contact list. One of the names that appeared was Jimmy Woo. This indicates that Woo was once a former member of S.H.I.E.L.D. Well, once the S.W.O.R.D organization forms, the unit may have reached out to former S.H.I.E.L.D. agents all trained and ready to take on new threats. And this is where Woo would come in. So we could expect Monica Rambeau, Jimmy Woo, and Darcy Lewis all working together as a part of the Earth S.W.O.R.D base. The great combination of characters could even expand to more MCU projects in the future. The set pictures that got released are noticeably absent of Jimmy Woo and Darcy, but we are able to get a few more clues from the designs. One of the bigger spoilers is the massive base scene on set. Beyond just the S.W.O.R.D vehicles, we get glimpses of a large building, a building that looks more like a containment center as opposed to S.W.O.R.D offices.
So now what? You'll see.
A building like this could mean that the group is keeping the Scarlet Witch contained. During her time in Avengers Endgame, it was pretty clear how distraught Wanda was due to the loss of Vision.
You took everything from me.
The series could reveal that her powers got out of control, and we may even see her exposed to new powers we have not seen in the MCU yet. The bunker could go one of two ways. Wanda could be so out of control, she needs containment. Through her contained time, she will have created her alternate reality, a reality that takes place in the 1950s and feels like a family sitcom rather than the horrible reality that she's been stuck with. The alternate reality could be something that's forced onto Wanda. She may have become a bigger threat than S.W.O.R.D could handle. The containment facility keeps her inside, while a false reality helps ensure the witch remains happy and the truth about Vision's demise remains hidden. Of course, S.W.O.R.D could just be preparing her for an even bigger threat in the future. While the series has not revealed the main antagonist yet, there have been some set photo releases which may contain a few spoilers. Kathryn Hahn was cast in WandaVision, but so far Marvel has kept pretty quiet on exactly which character she will play. If this set photo is any indication, it looks like she's going to be stepping into the role of Agatha Harkness. In the comics, Harkness serves as a mentor to the Scarlet Witch, and the use of the character in the series could be what leads Wanda to officially get dubbed the Scarlet Witch in the MCU. While Harkness proved to be a great ally to Wanda, the MCU could throw us a curve and use her as an enemy. We all saw what they did with the Skrulls and Captain Marvel, so a flip-flop of alliances wouldn't be too far off. The presence of S.W.O.R.D would also mean that an alien threat is another possibility. Why would S.W.O.R.D be so concerned with witches anyway? A character like Nightmare could come into play for the WandaVision series, or at least be teased. Nightmare is known as the ruler of the dream dimension, and looks like he will be an essential part of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The Scarlet Witch will also have a starring role in the film, and WandaVision could serve as a bridge between the characters and film. Nightmare may play a pivotal role in Scarlet Witch developing her powers, or may simply serve as a fun Easter egg through one of Wanda's visions. If you're sticking with the comic book origins of the Scarlet Witch, then we could see a main villain in the form of Thawne. Thawne checks all the boxes when it comes to breaking down the spoilers we know already. An otherworldly invader that S.W.O.R.D would be summoned to stop? Check. A deep-rooted connection to the Scarlet Witch in the comics? Check. An ideal villain to lead us to the Multiverse of Madness? Check. One of Thawne's biggest encounters with Wanda actually occurs when he possesses her body, and this is another moment where the containment center comes in. If Thawne does possess Wanda's body, then she may become out of control. Thawne could tap into powers she's never used before and create a force to be reckoned with. S.W.O.R.D would naturally assume it was the Scarlet Witch causing all the chaos, contain her, and then discover the truth when Thawne gets discovered.
What the?
Kevin Feige and multiple actors have already admitted that the series takes from multiple comic book storylines, and her connection to Thawne is one of the more well-known stories. With a set release date of late 2020, we should expect to learn a lot more about the series in the coming months. Like many other recent movie releases, the show has the ability to change the landscape of the MCU forever, including the true introduction of a multiverse, the expansion of S.W.O.R.D, and serve as a great lead-in to the next Doctor Strange sequel. Our next big question, will the sitcom parodies in WandaVision touch upon Full House? We would love to see Elizabeth Olsen channel her older sister Mary-Kate and Ashley in a fun Easter egg moment.
It's gonna be great, Luis. You got nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
So, are you excited to see the inclusion of S.W.O.R.D? What characters should be the agents of S.W.O.R.D? How do you want the WandaVision series to pan out? Will Vision actually be brought back to life? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Screen Rant for more great Marvel content.